Hey guys, it's your girl AFM Stories and you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be telling you how you can study in Sweden for free, guys. You're not going to pay any money. You're going to go to Sweden, study your master's degree, fully funded, your living expenses covered, your travel, your flight, and even beyond this as well, you get the opportunity to stay back, guys. None of those return back clause. You can study for free, relocate, get a job opportunity, and start your life. Yes, so if you're interested in this, keep watching this video. Now, what is this video about really? It's the Swedish Institute Scholarship. And what is this scholarship for? This scholarship is for global professionals. So it is not even focused on your academic grades or your skill set. It's focused on your skill set, but not necessarily your academic grades. So it's not one of those academic focused scholarships. Even if you have a 2-2, you can apply and win this scholarship. So are you interested in this? Then let's get right into this, guys. So I have my laptop in front of me and we're going to be navigating the website together. So let's go into it. Okay, so I am on the website now, guys. So what is the Swedish Institute Scholarship? So I really like the tagline and I'm going to be reading it out. And it is, do you have ambition to become a leader within your field of expertise, contributing to a global sustainable development? Then you might want to read more about this scholarship. So the Global Professional Scholarship is a highly sought after, fully funded international scholarship program for master's level in Sweden. Now, you might be wondering, okay, aside from the free money, the immigration opportunities, am I sure I want to study in Sweden? It would be interesting for you to know that Sweden is actually the 16th richest country in the world. Sweden, the level of welfare care in Sweden is really high, and with a student resident permit in Sweden, you get a lot of benefits. A scholar I interviewed some months back talked about even benefits such as free education for your children if you have like children with you in Sweden. So that sounds really, really exciting, guys. And then aside from that as well, they speak English in Sweden, so your courses are going to be taught in Sweden. So there's nothing to worry about. Over 80% of people in Sweden actually speak English, and in where you're going to stay, really the developed areas, the university areas, everybody's going to be speaking English to you, so you have nothing to worry about, guys. So what is the application process? That's what I'm going to be talking about now. So basically, overview, what is the Scholarship for Global Professionals? The SI Scholarship for Global Professionals aims to develop future global leaders that will contribute to the United Nations 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and contribute to a positive and sustainable development in their home countries and regions. In 2022, they will grant about 350 scholarships for master's degree in Sweden, guys. 350 scholarships is a lot. An amazing thing about this thing is that who are they looking for? So they're looking for ambitious professionals who want to make a difference by working with issues that contribute to a just and sustainable development in their home country and region. So basically, they want to be sure that you have a clear idea of your career plan and you're sure that Sweden can actually benefit you, guys. So another thing about the scholarship is a lot of priority is going to be given to people that have a strong professional background. Now, don't let this intimidate you. It doesn't mean that you have to have worked in the biggest organizations. Basically, they want to see that if you choose a course in business, you have a strong experience working in business services, business analytics, business consulting. If you choose a course in marketing, they want to see that you've been working. And freelance work actually counts as well, guys. So if you're working as a freelancer, you've been working as a 9-to-5er, self-employed, you just want to be sure that the course you're studying, you have a background in it and you don't just wake up and choose the course. So don't let all this professional background and experience intimidate you, guys. Don't worry. It's just to be sure that you have a clear background that is related to the course. So I wanted to just put that out there. So important information, guys. So the first thing that you need to know is the scholarship is available for citizens from 42 countries. There's a list of countries. There's no need to actually start listing that because there's a lot of countries, but there's a list of countries that are included, so just check if your country is included in this. But a lot of countries are actually included in it. The applications actually open 10th of February this year, and they close at 28th February this year as well. For next year, it might be 8th February to 27th February, depending on when you're watching this video, but the application is usually in February every year. That's the main application. But then there is a university application before this, which the deadline of that is usually mid-January. So that's like 17, 18 or 16 January, depending on the deadline for your year. For 2022, it is 17 January, you know. But anyways, we're going to talk about that soon. So the next thing is, so yes, once you check that your country is eligible, the next thing you want to do is you have to be a citizen of one of these countries to apply for the scholarship, you know. If you have dual citizenships and both are eligible, you're fine. But then if your country or citizenship is not listed above, it says you should look for other scholarship opportunities, guys. But anyways, so once you're sure that your university is eligible, so your say your university, once you're sure that your country is eligible and you know the application dates, the next thing you want to do is actually to apply. So that's actually the first process. I think they have like a breakdown of the process here before we go into the description. So the first thing you need to do is to apply for a master's program. That's the most important thing first. Without applying for a master's program, you can't get the scholarship, and there's a deadline for that, and that is January 17. Don't worry, the application process is not complicated. My next video is going to be dedicated to that. If you're watching this, I may already have the video up, so check it out. So I'm going to show you how you can apply to a Swedish university, but all you need really for the application is your transcript, certificates. Some schools require a reference letter of motivation, CV, things like that. A lot of countries, your bachelor's degree is sufficient enough, so you might not need an English test, so no need to worry about that. But I have a video dedicated to this, but you can also start your research really, guys, because the deadline for you to start that application is really close, guys. Anyways, so the first thing you have to do obviously is apply for masters, then afterwards apply for the scholarship, then they do a screening in March, then you get notifications from your university on the 7th of April, then you get announcements of results April really, so from early to ending of April really, depending. So I want to go back to the criteria because I'm sure a lot of you will be interested in the criteria for the scholarship. So basically, another kind of criteria, so in choosing your courses, they have, in applying for masters, they have specific courses that are eligible, so you have to check the courses that are eligible. And how do you find the eligible courses? It's even here in the important information. So you just click that link, open a new tab, and you see a list of different courses. Like, it's a lot, guys, like it's a lot of programs. If I start scrolling, we'll sleep here. And the programs are actually unique and diverse, so you don't even have to worry yourself about not finding your program. There's a high chance that you'll find your program here because this is actually a lot of programs at different universities. So check the closest program to the school that you want, the closest program that you want as well. And then, but the program has to be listed on that list. So don't just go and pick a random school or a random course because it might affect you. So use their eligible programs to choose your program. So scroll through, spend some time checking that out. So once you've figured out the eligible program, then you go make the application you go make your application. The application will be on this website. So it's universityadmissions.se, but I have a video dedicated to this, so don't worry about that. We want to focus on the criteria, you know, so that you know whether you're eligible and how you can make yourself eligible. So the program is for full 1 year or 2 year master's degree program, so it's not even restricted. You can do 2 years master's, you can do 1 year master's. The tuition free covers, so what you get as a scholar, it covers your full tuition, guys, and they pay directly to your university. They give you a monthly living expense, a monthly stipend of 10,000 SEK to cover your living expenses throughout the study period. They also give you insurance against illnesses and accidents. you become a member of the SI Network for Global Leaders, which actually helps you to grow and develop. You meet diverse people, you're constantly growing, you're changing, you're evolving. And then after your scholarship period, you join the Alumni Network, which is over 15,000 amazing professionals like you. If you're from some specific countries, so this is not the extensive list, but they've listed the countries here. So countries like Bangladesh, Kenya, Nigeria, there's a lot of countries, guys, so I can't list all of the countries. But so yes, so if you are from those countries, there's a grant of 15,000 SEK, and then if you are from some other countries, it's 10,000 SEK, depending on the country, really. So the scholarship does not cover additional grants for your family members, and does not cover application fee for university admissions, guys. But guys, the application fee is really negligible when you consider the amount of money they will spend on you when you get the scholarship, so don't worry too much about that. Really, it's not really a lot of money for the investment. Obviously, no money is too small. Trust me, I understand the times that we're in. So the criteria: you must be a citizen of the country that is eligible. I mentioned that already. But you must have a minimum of 3,000 hours work experience. Now, don't let this intimidate you. Basically, I'm just going to open the work experience so that you understand it a lot better. So your work experience must be prior to the time you apply for the application. You cannot say that you are still in employment. You cannot calculate your employment that runs over the application period. It has to end. Obviously, you don't have to be out of employment, but the hours you're calculating has to end before the application period. So let's say you're applying 10th of February, the hours have to end before 10th of February, really, because that's when the application is starting. So I'll not even say when you're applying, your work experience should end before the official application period, So 3,000 work experience, maximum of 3 organizations or companies. So you cannot use like 6 different organizations to make up the 3,000 words, the 3,000 hours, guys. But there are beautiful things about this, and I'm going to be talking about that. So valid work experience, it means that you can have both full-time and part-time employment, for instance, as an employee, employer, or freelancer. So that's the beauty about this. Like, even if it's freelance work, even if you had 1 client, guys, it's still a work experience. So can you see that I'm telling you that it's not that deep? If you don't have the required amount of work experience, your application will be disqualified. That's why you have to ensure that the work experience you input in the application is 3,000 hours. Obviously, this is just an overview, and I'm going to be giving you guys step-by-step processes, of how you can make the application once the application officially opens. But anyways, priority will be given to applicants with a strong professional background. Really, what that really means is a background that is relevant to the work experience that they've specified. So for some certain countries which they've listed, so countries like Nigeria, Pakistan, Peru, South Africa, a lot of countries, Cameroon, Sudan, Tanzania, basically they want work experience that are in alignment with the United Nations 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. So basically, you just have to find a way to make your work experience relevant to that. If you are from one of those countries that they have listed, nothing to worry about, guys. It's all about storytelling, like I always say on this channel. Some other countries like Armenia, Belarus, Georgia, etc., priority is given to strong work experience within the field related to environmental and social sustainability, innovation, responsibility in management, or sustainable economic growth, especially experience from civil society or public sector, guys. So it can also be good to show how your work experience is related to this, guys. So how do you calculate your work experience hours? So basically, it's the number of hours you've worked. So for example, I'm going to use the example here. They say scenario 1, currently employed full-time, working 40 hours per week for 50 weeks per year for 1 calendar year prior to 10th February 2022, and previously worked as a part-time freelancer 12 hours per week for 28 weeks per year for 3 calendar years. So basically, the person used 2 work experience, and the first one, the person said he worked as a freelancer for 12 hours per week for 28 weeks per calendar year for 3 years. So that's 12 hours times 28 weeks times 3 years is 1,000 hours. Now the person has said after this, the person is currently employed full-time, working 40 hours per week for 50 weeks per year for 1 calendar year. So that is 40 hours times 50 weeks times 1 year. So that's 2,000 hours. Add them together, that's 3,000 hours. So the person got 3,000 hours in 4 years. Now this person meets the criteria. Now this is an example of somebody that did not meet the criteria. So this person owns a company as a self-employed person. The person is working 10 hours per week for 35 weeks per year for 3 calendar years. The company will close down on 31st December 2021. That's before the application. So when you calculate that, that is 10 hours times 35 weeks times 3 years. That is 1,050 hours, which means you don't have up to the hours. So guys, ensure that you calculate the hours that you impute on their website to ensure that it meets up to it. But I'll go into this, guys. I don't want us to focus too much on this. So that's what you need to know about the work experience for now, guys. So let's just go back to the main website. So basically, they want to be sure that you've been a leader. Let me just open the leadership. Yeah, so they want to be sure that you can demonstrate that you've been a leader. So this can be through your work experience or involvement in civil society organizations or networks. So this can even be your volunteering effort. That's for the leadership experience. This can be, you know, your role in work or your management of a business. Maybe you're self-employed as a business owner, you're managing it, or even in the 9 to 5, you've been in charge of certain projects or initiatives, you leading teams as well, or through voluntary work as well. So do not worry too much about this, guys. I'm talking about how, for different scenarios of applicants, how you can communicate that you have leadership experience. Trust me, everybody has leadership experience. So don't worry too much about this. So obviously, university application, you have to pay. So there are other eligibility criteria, guys. You must not have been resident in Sweden for 2 years or more before the scholarship period. You must not have been awarded the Swedish Institute scholarship. You must not already hold a degree from a Swedish Institute, university, or college. You must not be already enrolled in a program in Sweden. You must not have a Swedish or EU or EEA citizenship, or a permanent resident or temporary work permit. You must not have dual citizens in countries not listed. You must not have a dual citizenship of countries not listed on the official, you know, list of eligible countries, guys. So that's very important. So that's for the eligibility criteria. Now there are some extra things that I think that you need as well. So a complete application requires a CV, letters of reference, valid and completed proof of work, and leadership experience. Let's just go into that. You just have to show that you have proof of work, really. So basically, signatures from people working in your company. If you're like the founder, they can allow your clients to sign your proof of work. So do not worry too much about that, guys. Really, it's just people signing to confirm that you really worked the number of working hours that you did. And if you're a freelancer, or you can just use one of your clients, really, that helped you. I'm sure that you even have friends and family that have been your clients, really, so you can also explore that as well. But please do not lie, do not make up anything, but you get the drill. Like, it's not that deep. It's just basically people attesting to it, really. Then a copy of your valid passport and national ID card. Then motivation, they'll ask you in the portal, so a letter of motivation about why you want to do the scholarship. They might ask you 2 questions, creative questions that you have to answer. But don't worry, we'll go into the application process once it opens on 10th February. Don't worry, I got you, guys. But be ready to work fast, because the period is really short, guys. You know, it's just the month of February, and the month of February is really short. Anyways, so yes, there's a CV. I advise that you start filling these different things now before the application opens. So that's your CV, your proof of work. Let me just open the CV now as well, so that we just see how the CV looks like. Yeah, so this is the CV template, guys. So you just have to follow these templates that they've given you to be sure that, yeah. So just follow their CV templates, guys. And I think you should work on this now before the application opens if you're interested in this scholarship. Letters of reference, they also have like a template as well. So they're showing you basically how you can do everything. So people that can be your referees. Oh, they tell you can't even use family members, partners, and friends. Well, you get the drill, guys. Anyways, that means if your friend is your client, they cannot demonstrate that they are your friend. That's why they're writing your proof of work or your leadership. They have to focus more on their relationship as their clients. However, if you have clients, because there are people that are friends with all their clients, really, but if you have clients that you're not friends with and you're sure that they can give you good references, you can reach out to them as well. But please don't use your family members, guys. Don't use your family members. Don't use it. Don't do it. You know. So yeah, these are examples of the references. Must be in English. You also need an official stamp as well from the organization. Yeah, that's it really, guys. Just follow the templates, but basically you need a letter of reference in a letter, that paper, official stamp. I don't know why my chair is making that noise, guys. I don't know, but upload it into a PDF and submit. But it needs to have a stamp, guys. Like I always say too, it's not that deep. Just start working on it now and try to get it before the application opens. It's very important, guys. Okay, I think that's it. That's all you really need, to be honest. That's it. There might also be some other required documentation, to be honest. But I think we'll go into that once the official portal opens. But these are the major things that you really need, guys. After you submit, they will screen your application to be sure that you've sent in all the required documentation, your letter of motivation, you've applied. They'll be sure that you've not sent the wrong forms, you don't have a missing stamp, things like that. So guys, be very careful. Please don't wait till the last day, because the website might start acting up. So guys, try and submit it early enough so that you're not affected, really. And also go watch my next video on how to apply, my other video on how to apply to a Swedish university, so that you make the application now, guys. You have to apply by the 17th, and then you have to upload all the required documents by the 1st of February. But at least ensure that you've chosen your required courses and you've let them know you've submitted that. So all that is left is your required document, which you can try and get before the 1st of February. But I have a video dedicated to that, so don't worry about that. So after they screen you, so after you submit the application, they screen you. Then notifications from the university. You have to get admission to one of the programs, eligible programs. Obviously the university will let them know directly. So only applicants admitted to one of the eligible programs by the 7th of April, including those who are conditionally admitted, will be considered for an SI scholarship, guys. So yeah. So even if you have a conditional offer, you will still be considered for the scholarship, but you have to work on, getting all your documents together. So final evaluation, this will be done after the 7th of April, really. They would provide a short list. Okay, yes, the same factors, really, to be honest. So you just have to be sure that these are the entry requirements. So yeah, that's all that you really need in the end. So they let you know the notification of results at that time, guys. So that is all you need to know about the Swedish Institute Scholarship, guys. Do not miss this opportunity. You can study in Sweden for free. Every single thing is paid. Universities in Sweden rank in the top 100 universities in the world. So they teach in English, the place is beautiful, the standard of living is amazing. So I think you should apply to Sweden, and I'm going to be walking you through the process. If you want more information about scholarships, study abroad, this channel is for you. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like this video. If you have any questions, video requests, drop it in the comment section, and I look forward to seeing you guys at the other side of it. Don't worry, don't be anxious, you will get a scholarship. Bye. Fighting.